The coffee's cold on the kitchen wood. I pour it out if I thought I should, but moving on feels like a crime. In this house is frozen deep in time. Your keys are gone, but the scent remains, like the ghost of us in the window panes. The storm is past, the sky is gray, but the hardest part didn't wash away. It's the silence after the rain that carries the weight of all this pain. No more thunder, no more fight, just the hollow ring of a lonely night. I thought the clouds would set me free, but the quiet is drowning me. Yeah, it's the silence after the rain. Listening for the hallway floor to creak beneath the closing door, but every shadow stays in place, and I'm losing the memory of your face. We screamed until our hearts went numb. Now I'm terrified of what we've become. Two strangers lost in a different room, with nothing left but this heavy gloom. They say the air is supposed to clear, but I've never felt so much fear than in the space where your voice should be, telling me you're coming home to me. It's the silence after the rain that carries the weight of all this pain. No more thunder, no more fight, just the hollow ring of a lonely night. I thought the clouds would set me free, but the quiet is drowning me. Yeah. It's the silence after the rain, just the drip from the eaves and the falling of leaves. The world is still, but I'm not. No, I'm not. It's just a silence. I'm staring at the shoreline where the sand meets the gray, watching every promise we made drift away. You were my anchor, the steady in the swell. Now I'm just a message in a cracked glass shell. The horizon's a line that I can't seem to cross, counting every second of this heavy, quiet loss. And you left me in the blue, in the deep, where the light doesn't reach through. I'm gasping for a breath of what we used to be, while you're 1,000 miles across a different sea. I'm sinking, I'm shivering, I'm calling out for you, but you left me in the blue. The morning is a pale shade of indigo ink. It's a long way down when you've had time to think. I keep reaching for your hand in the middle of the night, but the sheets are like a tide that's pulled out of sight. Is the water warmer where you're standing now? Did you forget the always and the forever thou? I'm treading water just to keep my head above the wreckage of a shipwreck that we used to call love. Yeah, you left me in the blue, in the deep, where the light doesn't reach through. I'm gasping for a breath of what we used to be, while you're 1,000 miles across a different sea. I'm sinking, I'm shivering, I'm calling out for you, but you left me in the blue. Just waves on the window and salt on my skin. I don't know where you end or where I begin. In the blue, so cold, so blue. The street lamp flickers on the corner of our street, like a heart that's forgotten how to beat. I've checked the lock a dozen times or more, just in case you're standing outside the door. The neighbors' lights have all gone black and cold, but I'm clinging to a story that's already been told. And I still wait at midnight, when the world is fast asleep, counting all the secrets that I promised I would keep. The clock is ticking heavy, like a hammer in my chest, but my heart won't let the memory of us go to rest. I'm a ghost in the hallway, a shadow in the hall, hoping for a whisper or a late night call. Yeah, I still wait at midnight. The 12:05 train rumbles through the town, the sound of a life that's finally settling down. I used to hear your footsteps on the gravel path. Now I'm just haunted by the ghosts of our lives. I've kept your favorite sweater on the back of the chair, still smelling like the winter and the mess of your hair. The stars are moving on, the moon is turning gray, but I'm stuck in the minute that you walked away. They tell me that the morning brings a brand new start, but the sun is just a spotlight on a broken heart. And I still wait at midnight, when the world is fast asleep, counting all the secrets that I promised I would keep. The clock is ticking heavy, like a hammer in my chest, but my heart won't let the memory of us go to rest. I'm a ghost in the hallway, a shadow in the hall, hoping for a whisper or a late night call. Yeah, I still wait at midnight, 12:45, and the house is so still. I said I'd move on, but I know soft goodbyes. I'm still waiting. The sun is dipping low behind the sycamore tree, painting gold on the things that used to be. I'm sitting on the porch where we used to talk, watching long shadows stretch across the wall. The colors are bleeding from crimson to gray, just like the warmth of us slipping away. And it's love in the fading light, the last bit of fire before the long night. I'm reaching for a hand that isn't there to hold, trying to keep warm as the air turns cold. We were a sunrise, bright and brand new. Now I'm just a silhouette, searching for you in the fading light. There's a photograph framed by the evening glow of a couple who didn't have anywhere to go. We look so steady, we look so sure, like we found the one thing that was meant to endure. Let the twilight light is cruel, it softens the edges of the fights we had and the broken pledges. Don't let the dark take the memory of your smile. Stay in the doorway for just a little while before the stars come out to witness the end. And I lose my lover, my life, and my friend. Yeah, it's love in the fading light, the last bit of fire before the long night. I'm reaching for a hand that isn't there to hold, trying to keep warm as the air turns cold. We were a sunrise, bright and brand new. Now I'm just a silhouette, searching for you in the fading light. The street lamps are humming their lonely tune under the pale silver curve of the moon. The glow is gone, and the chill sets in retracing the steps to the edge of the porch, where the summer was burning like a dying torch. The air was so heavy, the crickets were still, and the silence was climbing like a ghost on the hill. I saw your lips moving, a blur in the dark, but I didn't feel the sting until I saw the spark of a tear hitting gravel, a sound like a stone. And suddenly, truly, I was standing alone. It's the last thing you said softly, it's screaming in my head tonight, a whisper that broke me so gentle and costly, in the pale, flickering porch light. You didn't shout it, you didn't even cry, you just let the forever turn into goodbye. And now the world is loud, but I'm lost at sea. And the last thing you said softly to me, I try to remember the way that you laughed, but the memory is sinking like a paper craft. I'm stuck on the syllables, the catch in your throat, like a final handwritten, devastating note. I'm sorry you breathed, and the wind took the rest, leaving a hollowed out space in my chest. I'd give up the music, the noise and the cheers, just to unhear the word that's been haunting my ears. If you'd slam the door, if you'd raised your voice, I could blame the anger, I could hate the choice, but you were so kind as you tore us apart, putting a velvet wrapped knife through my heart. It's the last thing you said softly, it's screaming in my head tonight, a whisper that broke me so gentle and costly, in the pale, flickering porch light. You didn't shout it, you didn't even cry, you just let the forever turn into goodbye. And now the world is loud, but I'm lost at sea. And the last thing you said softly to me, so soft, like the snow on the glass, watching the moments and the memories pass. I'm still leaning in, trying to hear the ghost of the girl I used to hold near. Just a whisper, just the last thing you said. I woke up and reached for the heat of your skin, but the morning was hollow, the daylight was thin. I haven't moved the pillow or straightened the sheet, afraid if I do, the goodbye's complete. The dust is settling on your side of the oak, while I'm still here breathing in the words that we spoke. And I kept the empty side of the bed for the ghosts of the things that we never said. I'm sleeping on the edge, leaving room for a dream of a life that's still held by a silver thread seam. And the mattress is cold and the silence is wide, but I'm still holding on to the empty side. Your book's on the nightstand, page 84, exactly where you left it before the hallway door, and gave a heavy clicking, a final sigh under the weight of a quiet goodbye. I could stretch my arms out, I could take up the space, but I'm still looking for the lines of your face. They tell me to change the linen and move on, but how do I sleep when the anchor is gone? It's a desert of cotton, a canyon of blue, and I'm just a shadow still waiting for you. Yeah, I kept the empty side of the bed for the ghosts of the things that we never said. I'm sleeping on the edge, leaving room for a dream of a life that's still held by a silver thread seam. The mattress is cold and the silence is wide, but I'm still holding on to the empty side. Just the moonlight on the fabric and the ticking of the clock, waiting for the turning of a key inside the lock. But it's just the empty side, still so wide. I'm still on my side. We didn't go out with a crash or a flare, just a slow, heavy thinning of the oxygen in the air. No plates hit the floor, no shouting in the hall, just the sound of the shadows climbing up the wall. We sat at the table, 6 inches apart, but 1,000 miles growing between every heart. I watched your coffee steam and slowly turn to ice, while we both looked away, paying the silence price. And we broke beneath the quiet like a frozen winter lake, too much unsaid for a human heart to take. It wasn't the thunder that tore us in two, it was the weight of the I'm sorry that I never gave to you. Now the house is a hollow, a graveyard of maybe, and the silence is screaming, I'm losing you, baby. Yeah, we broke beneath the quiet. walking through rooms where your laughter used to ring. Now the dust is the only thing that's settling. I'd give anything for a door to just slam, to prove that I'm here, to show you who I am. But you're a ghost in the kitchen, and I'm a ghost in the chair. Two spirits pretending that the other isn't there. We ran out of stories, we ran out of light, and we let the stillness swallow the night. They say words can cut, they say words can bleed, but it's the ones we kept tucked away that we actually need. I'm starving for a whisper, I'm begging for a fight, anything to break through this motionless white. Yeah, we broke beneath the quiet, like a frozen winter lake. Too much unsaid for a human heart to take. It wasn't the thunder that tore us in two, it was the weight of the I'm sorry that I never gave to you. Now the house is a hollow, a graveyard of maybe, and the silence is screaming, I'm losing you, baby. Yeah, we broke beneath the quiet, just the hum of the fridge, and the rain on the roof. The quiet is final, the quiet is proof we're broken. So quiet, so broken. I'm sitting in the driveway with the engine humming low, twisting the dial where the signal used to go. Between the late night talk and the preacher's plea, there's a jagged white noise that's calling to me. I used to hear your laughter like a perfect song, but the frequency's fading and the night is too long. And I'm still hearing your name in the static, like a ghost in the wires of heart so erratic. I'm reaching through the hum and the hollow gray, trying to catch a word before it drifts away. The station is gone and the connection is thin, but I'm tuned to the frequency where you've always been. Yeah, I'm hearing your name in the static. The dashboard is glowing like a dying star, reminding me exactly how alone we are. Every crackle and pop is a memory spark, a flickering candle in the middle of the dark. I remember the secrets you whispered so near. Now they're scrambled and broken, and I can't hear you clear. Is it you trying to speak through the rush of the rain, or just the electric pulse of my own turning it up till my ears start to ache, waiting for the silence or the signal to break. And I'm still hearing your name in the static, like a ghost in the wires, a heart so erratic. I'm reaching through the hum and the hollow gray, trying to catch a word before it drifts away. The station is gone and the connection is thin, but I'm tuned to the frequency where you've always been. Yeah, I'm hearing your name in the static. Just white noise and the cold winter air. I know you're not talking, I know you're not there, but I'll keep the dial turned to the ghost of your voice in the static. Always in the static. I watch the sun go down and take the warmth from the floor. Now the shadows are reaching for the gap beneath the door. I've paced every inch of this hollowed out hall, tracing the frames of the ghost on the wall. The kettle's whistling a sharp, lonely tune under the cold silver eye of the moon. I used to find comfort when the daylight would end, but now the darkness is a foe, not a friend. And the night felt longer without you here. Every minute's a mountain, every hour's a fear. The clock on the mantle is dragging its feet, like it's tired of waiting for two hearts to beat. I'm reaching for a hand in the middle of the bed, tangled in the maybes and the things we never said. Yeah, the night felt longer, it just keeps getting longer without. The city's humming a million miles away, while I'm stuck in the silence of a house turned to gray. I remember your breathing, the rise and the fall. Now the radiator's clicking is the only late call. I tried to close my eyes and just drift to the shore, but the sea is too restless and I'm shaking once more. The stars are just holes in a velvet black shroud, and my head is a storm inside a heavy dark cloud. If I could just skip to the break of the dawn and pretend for a second that you weren't really gone. But the moonlight is stubborn, it lingers so slow, refusing to let the memory of us go. And the night felt longer without you here. Every minute's a mountain, every hour's a fear. The clock on the mantle is dragging its feet, like it's time to creep. I'm the only one left who's forgotten how to sleep. Just the slow, steady ache until the morning light breaks. But it's still the night, and it's so long without you. I'm standing in the kitchen where the morning used to start, with the rhythm of the coffee and the beating of your heart. Now the house is just a hollow, a shell of what we knew. And I'm finding all the little things that remind me of you. It wasn't just the big days, the candles or the gold. It was the quiet way you listened when my stories had been told. And I miss the way you stayed, even when the sky turned black. I miss the way you promised that you'd always have my back. You didn't run for cover when the wind began to blow. You were the only person who didn't want to go. Now I'm standing in the doorway, watching memories fade. God, I miss the way, I miss the way you stayed. The chair is sitting empty by the window in the hall, where you wait for me to come home, or just wait for me to call. You stayed through the silence, and you stayed through the tears. You were the steady anchor through the passing of the years. I took for granted every second you were there. Now I'm just reaching out for fingers in the empty winter air. Everybody leaves when the fire starts to die. Everybody's looking for a clear, bluer sky. But you were like the roots of the willow in the rain, tied to me so deeply, sharing every bit of pain. And I miss the way you stayed, even when the sky turned black. I miss the way you promised that you'd always have my back. You didn't run for cover when the wind began to blow. You were the only person who didn't want to go. Now I'm standing in the doorway, watching memories fade. God, I miss the way, I miss the way you stayed. Now the porch light is flickering, and the winter is near. And the hardest part of living is that you're not staying here. I miss the way, I miss the way you stayed. I didn't see the winter coming through the cracks in the floor, or the way you stopped looking at me when I walked through the door. The tea was still steaming, the fire was still bright, but something was shifting in the middle of the night. reached for your shoulder, but you felt like a stone. And that was the moment I knew I was alone. Oh, the room turned cold first, before you ever left. Before the goodbye, before the quiet fled. Of every warm memory and every soft word, the silence was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. The walls started shivering, the light turned to blue. The room turned cold, then I lost you. I'm pulling the blanket up over my chest, trying to find where the heartbeat used to rest. But the air's a razor, the shadows are deep, and there's no more comfort in the promise of sleep. You were still standing there, just a shadow in the hall, but the frost was already beginning to crawl. They say that it's over when the suitcase is packed, but the ice had already started to crack. Long before the engine started up in the drive, I was freezing to death just to stay alive. Yeah, the room turned cold first, before you ever left. Before the goodbye, before the quiet theft of every warm memory and every soft word. The silence was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. The walls started shivering, the light turned to blue. The room turned cold, then I lost you. Now I'm breathing out white mist, and the windows are blurred. It's the coldest December that I've ever endured. The room turned cold, and then you were gone. So cold, so alone. We were a pen that ran out right at the best part. A beautiful sentence I engraved on my heart. I had the ring hidden, I had the house plan. Now I'm just holding a map of a ghost land. You were the someday I swore would come true. Every dream that I had was a circle around you. You were my almost, always my nearly forever. The closest I came to a now and together. A hand on the latch, but you never walked in. The greatest story that didn't begin. Now I'm stuck in the maybe, just counting the days, missing the ghost of my almost always. in the blur of the streetlights and wash of the rains. We were so close, I could taste the I do, but the timing was brittle and the world fell through. Now I'm just a witness to what could have been, tracing the outlines of a life paper thin. There's a special kind of hurt for the things that almost were, a blur in the vision, a soft steady stir of a future that breathed for a second or two before it went silent, before I lost you. Yeah, you were my almost, always my nearly forever, the closest I came to a now we're together. A hand on the latch, but you never walked in. The greatest story that didn't begin. Now I'm stuck in the maybe, just counting the days, missing the ghost of my almost always. Just a heartbeat away, just a yes we didn't say. Just the one who went away. My almost always. I heard the rattle of your keys on the hook, the kind of sound that closes a book. I stood by the mirror, watching you go, with 1,000 things I wanted you to know. But my feet were like lead on a hardwood floor, while you were already halfway out the door. I watched your shadow shrink down to a line as you stepped out of your life and out of mine. And my heart stayed in the hallway, right where you left, frozen in the wreckage of a quiet theft. I'm still leaning back against the cold white wall, waiting for the echo of your boots in the hall. You took the car and you took the spare key, but you left the heaviest part of me. Yeah, my heart stayed in the hallway. Now I walk past that spot and I catch my breath. The silence in this house feels a lot like death. The coat rack is empty, the rug is kicked thin, marking the place where we didn't begin. I've tried to move forward, I've tried to go back, but I'm stuck in the middle of a widening crack between the kitchen light and the front porch swing. I'm just a ghost who can't feel a thing. Is it still there waiting? Is it still on guard? Watching the driveway and the gate to the yard. Does it think if it stays still out there by the door. In the hallway. It wasn't a landslide or a sudden flood, just a slow, steady thinning of the blood. We wore down the edges like stones in a stream, until we were ghosts in a half-finished dream. I looked at the table and saw the faint rings left by the coffee and the weight of old things. We didn't go under with a roar or a cry. We just let the always slowly go dry. And it's the soft ruin of us, falling like dust, the quiet erosion of beauty and trust. No fire, no fury, no bridge burned to black, just a long winding road where we didn't look back. It's the gentlest kind of a heartbreak to bear, the soft ruin of us lingering there. The garden is overgrown, tangled in vine, like the way that your history used to be mine. I find your old letters in a box on the shelf, and I barely can recognize who I was myself. We weren't defeated by some grand mistake, but by the small silences we couldn't quite break. Now the paint is all peeling, the colors are dim, and I'm standing alone on the edge of the rim. Sometimes the ending is a whisper, not a shout, a candle that flickers before it goes out. I'd almost prefer the sting of a flame to this hollowed out echo of hearing your name. Yeah, it's the soft ruin of us, falling like dust, the quiet erosion of beauty and trust. No fire, no fury, no bridge burned to black, just a long winding road where we didn't look back. It's the gentlest kind of a heartbreak to bear, the soft ruin of us lingering there, just a fraying at the seams, the ending of dreams, so quiet, so slow. The soft ruin of us is all that I know. It wasn't the morning you packed up the car or the night that you told me we drifted too far. It started much sooner, in moments so small, like the way you stopped hanging your coat in the hall, the sugar you forgot to put in my cup, the way that you stopped looking down, looking up. The distance was growing an inch every day, and I watched as you started to wander away. 'Cause you didn't just leave with the door and a key. You left in little ways, piece by piece from me. The hand pulled away, a look turned aside, 1,000 small secrets you started to hide. By the time that you walked out and into the grave, you'd already left me in a million little ways. The silence grew heavy at the end of the bed, in the space of the sentences we never said. You stopped humming tunes while you fixed up your hair. You were sitting beside me, but you weren't really there. The I love you turned into a ghost of a sound, like a leaf that was waiting to hit the cold ground. I was mourning a person who still shared my room, watching our garden fall into the gloom. If you'd broken my heart with a single sharp blow, I might have found somewhere for the anger to go, but you wore it down like the tide on the shore, until there was nothing worth fighting for anymore. Yeah, you didn't just leave with the door and a key. You left in little ways, piece by piece from me. A hand pulled away, a look turned aside, 1,000 small secrets you started to hide. By the time that you walked out and into the grave, you'd already left me in a million little ways. A missing smile, a colder touch. I didn't think nothing could hurt me this much, but you were already gone, one small breath at a time. In little ways you left. I'm sitting on the edge of the sofa we bought, in the corner of the room that the sunlight once caught. The dust is dancing in a pale, lonely beam, like fragments of a shattered midsummer dream. I remember your head resting right on my chest, before the forever was put to the test. Now the fabric is cold and the shadows are deep, and I'm guarding a treasure I wasn't meant to keep. This was the last place the warmth lived, right here, before the winter moved in and the sky turned clear. I can still feel the glow of your skin on the air, though I'm reaching for someone who's no longer there. The embers are gray and the fire is through, but I'm staying right here in the last of you. Yeah, the last place the warmth lived. The kitchen is frozen, the hallway is stone. I've never felt quite this much on my own. I avoid the windows and I shut all the blinds, trying to stay in the version of us that's behind. I keep the heat turned up high just to mimic the feel of a love that was backward and steady and real. But the mercury drops every time that I blink, and I'm closer to the edge than I'd like to think. They say that the seasons are supposed to rotate, but I'm standing still at a locked garden gate. If I leave this room, then the cold wins the fight, and I'll finally be lost in the middle of the night. This was the last place the warmth lived, right here, before the winter moved in and the sky turned clear. I can still feel the glow of your skin on the air, though I'm reaching for someone who's no longer there. The embers are gray and the fire is through, but I'm staying right here in the last of you. Yeah, the last place the warmth lived. Just a fading patch of gold on the floor, before the sun slips away through the dawn. Shivering now, but I won't move yet, because once it's gone, I'll have to forget. The last place the warmth lived. Cleared the shelves and I swept the floor. I hung a heavy bolt across the door. I thought if I scrubbed every surface clean, I'd erase the ghost of where you'd been. But the walls have a memory I can't undo. They're still vibrating with the frequency of you. I'm standing in the kitchen in the dead of night, waiting for a sound that'll never be right. 'Cause you took your prize, and you took your pride, but the echo stayed behind with nowhere to hide. echo stayed behind. Every time I drop a spoon or shut a drawer, I hear the ghost of your laughter across the floor. It's a haunting resonance, a silver thread, spinning out the words that we left unsaid. I tried to drown it out with the radio low, but the static just whispers what I already know, that a house isn't empty just because you're gone. It's filled with the noise of us carrying on. Is it in the rafters? Is it in the paint? A melody of us growing thin and faint. But just when I think that the air is finally still, it bounces off the ceiling and it breaks my will. You took your bags and you took your pride, but the echo stayed behind with nowhere to hide. It's in the ring of the phone that doesn't chime. It's in the hollow rhythm of ticking time. I can't find the silence I was hoping to find, 'cause you left the room, but the echo stayed behind. Still ringing against the glass, watching the hours and the heartaches pass. I'm shouting at the walls just to make it stop, but the echo is the only thing that won't let go. It stayed behind. It's all I have left of you. We hit a wall and we called it a break. A little more space for our hearts not to ache. I thought the silence would help us grow wise, that the distance would clear out the dust from our eyes. But the clock on the wall didn't know how to stop, and I watched every second and every drop of the life that we built just evaporate thin, waiting for the moment for us to begin again. But there's no love after the pause, just the cold realization of all of our flaws. We stopped the music to find a new beat, but now I'm just standing on a dead-end street. I've waited for the play, but the tape just ran out, leaving me stranded in the middle of doubt. Yeah, the rhythm is gone and the feeling is lost. There's no bridge left for us to cross after the pause. I saw you today at the place on the hill, and the world for a second went perfectly still. I reached for your hand like I'd done it before, but you looked at me like I was a closing door. The us that I kept in a jar on the shelf shelf had changed into someone I didn't know myself. You filled up the choir with a different song, and I realized I'd been waiting far too long. They say that absence makes the heart grow fond, but it just broke the tension of our only bond. Once the air went still and the pressure let go, there was nothing left underneath to show. 'Cause there's no love after the pause, just the cold realization of all of our flaws. We stopped the music to find a new beat, but now I'm just standing on a dead-end street. I waited for the play, but the tape just ran out, leaving me stranded in the middle of doubt. Yeah, the rhythm is gone and the feeling is lost. There's no bridge left for us to cross. After the pause, the screen is just blank, the static is loud. I'm walking away through the back of the crowd. I thought we were resting, I thought we were fine, but the pause was just the end of the line. Just a long final pause. The moon casts a shadow across the right side of the kingdom of cotton where we used to hide. I drift in the gray space between being awake and the heavy reality I'm forced to take. My eyes are still closed, but my arms on a quest, searching for the heartbeat that lived on your chest. I'm dreaming of whispers in the heat of your breath, before the great silence and the love's sudden death. And I still reach in my sleep into the promises that we couldn't keep. My fingers are searching for the ghost of your hand in a lonely and dark, a map borderland. The sheets are a desert, the air is a chill, but my heart is a hunter that's chasing you still. Yeah, even in shadows, the memory's deep, and I still reach for you in my sleep. I wake to the friction of fabric and cold, to a story of us that's already been told. My palm hits the mattress and finds only space where I used to trace every line of your face. It's a reflex of love that I can't seem to break, a phantom limb longing that keeps me awake. The mind knows you're gone, but the body forgets and tangles itself in a web of regrets. In the daylight I'm steady, in the daylight I'm strong. I tell all my friends that I finally moved on, but the subconscious truth is a different kind of pain that finds me as soon as the day starts to wane. And I still reach in my sleep into the promises we couldn't keep. My fingers are searching for the ghost of your hand in a lonely and dark, a map borderland. The sheets are a desert, the air is a chill, but my heart is a hunter that's chasing you still. Yeah, even in shadows, the memory's deep, and I still reach for you in my sleep. Just the edge of the pillow, just the cold of the night. I'm clutching at nothing till the morning brings light. But tomorrow is coming, and the secret I'll keep is that I'm still reaching. I'm still reaching in my sleep. I'm still standing on the welcome mat where the dust is thick and the air is flat. I saw the light and the hallway died without a word, without a why. I reached for the knob just to say your name. The brass was cold and the wood was framed. It wasn't a slam that shook the ground, just a clicking lock, a final sound. And the door closed in me, not just on the street, like a wall went up where we used to meet. I'm on the outside of everything we made, watching the colors of our history fade. I'm a stranger now to the keys in my hand, in a place I no longer understand. Yeah, the world went dark and the air got thin when the door closed in me, and I couldn't get in. There's a silhouette moving behind the glass. I'm watching the ghost of our future past. I can see the steam from the kettle rise, but I'm blocked by the wood from the look in your eyes. I used to be the one who kept you warm. Now I'm just a part of the outdoor storm. You didn't push me, you didn't shout, you just gently, firmly shut me out. Is there a window left unlatched in the back? Is there a way through a tiny crack? But the house is a fortress, the garden is stone, and I've never been quite this much alone. 'Cause the door closed in me, not just on the street, like a wild wind up where we used to meet. I'm on the outside of everything we made, watching the colors of our history fade. I'm a stranger now to the keys in my hand, in a place I no longer understand. Yeah, the world went dark and the air got thin when the door closed in me, and I couldn't get in. Just the paint on the panels and the rain on my skin. I'm knocking so softly, but you won't let me in. The door closed in me, and I'm still here, waiting on the porch for a year. Just the door closed in